intro videos, some new swaggers coming in. You can get some swag. How you feeling tonight, GB?
Ooh, I feel better than the Pitt basketball team.
Oh
Way
my god.
better.
Oh my god. I saw that score. Oh
Jesus,
my Jesus. Hey,
that's
you know what it is?
terrible.
You know that saying that the broken clock's right twice a day?
Yep,
Well, West Virginia and Pitt, man, it must have been the same day.
man.
Both backyard brawls did not go as planned for the Pitt Panthers this year, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
You know, from the football standpoint, we had no business. Uh,
No.
and by we I mean Pitt, right?
Right.
Um, but the basketball thing, I think that West Virginia was favored to win that, if I'm not mistaken. Um,
Yeah. I think so too.
that team is the Pitt team is young. I think you'll start seeing if hopefully they have a decent enough season, they hold on to Capel and this new class can come in and make some changes on what they have with this other class that just came in too. So it's a work in
Yeah.
progress. I know people are impatient. Oh, it's been this many years. You know what?
Yeah.
Deal
Simmer
with
down.
it. Deal with it. Like
Yeah. You know what? They're a year away, and the good thing is there is renewed confidence with Jeff Capel and the
facts.
Pitt team. So they they are definitely in a in prime position. I think for next year as well too. So
A lot of
um,
excitement for the Pitt program.
so am I.
Both of them.
So am I.
Yeah.
So am I. So you know what? I know we want to get you and I. I don't know if you want to review what you're drinking because since it is not a brew, but we're going to do that. And then we got some special guests we cannot wait to bring on here. They'll be coming in here in a few minutes. Tonight we're going to talk some Steelers roster moves and then I think a roster decision, at least from a playing time perspective, coming up. You know what the Steelers need to do against the Bengals here in round two. What they need to do to get this up. This is a must-win game, my opinion,
hmm
against the Bengals if they want to do anything, especially for the division, because it would be a damn shame to lose the division this quickly after that big of a lead that they had with the way Baltimore came out of the gates with their injuries, and then obviously let's give some predictions on the Steelers and Bengals, and then obviously let's share some thoughts and give some predictions on the Pitt Notre Dame. I heard it's kind of something going on the south side, on the south side, north side, North Shore, if you will, with game day and with ACC huddle. So, what do you have, sir? You're hiding that
Well,
in our boys cup here. Shout out to
first
Joey.
of all, this is the Linda Louise Foundation cup. I always drink out of this now. Whenever I'm relaxing at night and if I'm having a little libation, that is not
Mm-hmm.
a hazy. In this, uh, I guess this is a glass or whatever. In the Yeti, if you will, um,
What up,
we
Mark?
have a little bit of Henny White and apple cider.
Oh,
It's delicious, very
now
delicious.
can you actually rate that on the same scale as the brews? You have the same
Yeah, because
criteria
this is
because
this is a fall like this is a seasonal on deck every single fall. You know what I mean? It's without a doubt. I don't do and I told you this. Um, I don't do the pumpkin beers anymore.
mm-hmm.
Just kind of lost. I don't do the fall, the autumn beer. Like I can't. I just they just
No,
don't agree with me
no more
anymore.
harvest from Southern Tier.
It's just I'll do ciders, cider beers. I'll go to Arsenal or whatever. But this is a staple right here. This one right here and then when we get to the winter time, you go to Henny White and eggnog and it's yeah, yeah.
Love it,
Yes.
love it.
You can't
Sorry,
you
I'm
can't
gonna.
have you can't have a bunch of you only have one of these. You know what I mean? It's just a one thing sipper and get the hell out.
Yes, sir. He said, "Get out of here."
That's right.
All right, so I meant to put this up here because I'm gonna throw this up again. Let me hide the comments real quick. So the beer I have, I don't even know how this got into my fridge.
Oh boy.
But I got a 4 points and citrus.
I
This
know where you
is
got that from.
it might be you, right?
I know where you got that from.
7% regular IPA. It's from 4 Points Brewing. And I think you did this on one of your beer reviews and you gave us a pretty high
I
regard.
think
So
I
this
did it at the that was one of the ones I believe we did at the reunion.
at the reunion, you know what? It very well might, yeah, it
Mhm.
may have been. Because this is
Yeah.
the first time I actually saw this. So you know what? Probably just had found its way back. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a sip. It's got a really nice color, as you know, right?
Yes,
There
I
we
do.
go. There we go.
Mhm.
And salute, sir. What did you give this? Like, well, I'm taking a sip. Do you remember?
I do not remember,
Mm.
but I can tell you that I did love it. I love 4 Points, so they're
Mm.
very, 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 very,
Bro,
very good. So, yeah, yeah, 4 Points, yeah,
wow.
yep.
This is fantastic. You know what? It's 7%. Listen, I got to go tomorrow to get some brews for the Pitt Notre Dame game. Between this and that dancing gnome I had on Monday.
Yeah, yeah, put something on it.
Bro, this is, you know what I'm going? I'm giving this an 8.9.
Ernie Mills,
This is an Ernie Mills, man. This is right outside of a must have.
Matt Spaeth.
Matt Spaeth. Ladarius Green. Never mind.
Yes.
Oh, man. So 8.9.
There you
Fellas,
go.
if you guys are out there wanting a good beer, man, this 4 Points and Citra,
Go 4
really, really
Points.
good.
There are
If
no
you like,
wrong answers, bro,
no, if you like
with
some
4 Points.
hoppiness, but it's not like too much, I'm gonna tell you something. Go get this. Keep this stocked in the man cave or wherever you keep your beers, because it is something that it's well worth it. It is well worth it.
Definitely uppity are approved. 4 Points Brewing.
Yes.
They're amazing.
Yeah, yeah. Mark with the Benny Cunningham reference. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an oldie but goodie, man. I like that one. You know, that was like one of the first Steeler players I remember watching. You know what? Actually, for the people in the chat, and I'll bring this up a few times. I want you guys to put this up there. Speaking of players like Benny Cunningham, GB, I don't know if I ever asked you this question. And Mark, Adam, everybody else is in the chat. What is the first Steeler game you remember watching? What, you know what I mean?
It
And again,
was,
people,
yeah.
what
Yeah,
is your first game?
I could tell you. It was the AFC Championship against the Miami Dolphins, and I believe the Steelers lost 34-24. They had a dude named Rich Ehrenberg on the team.
That's when they lost
And
to Marino.
yes,
Yes.
and quite honestly, that's all I remember. I think I was 5,
Okay.
somewhere around there. You know what I mean? But it's the first game I actually remember, and I remember watching that Super Bowl too. And specifically the commercial after the Super Bowl with Dan Marino and Joe Montana, because that was dope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go, if you guys remember this, go a little bit back, a little bit further than that. I remember with my grandfather watching the Pittsburgh Steelers at the New York Jets, and a quarterback who I forget, it might have been Cliff Stout, but he got hurt, and some guy named Terry Bradshaw came in, led the team to 2 straight touchdown drives, and then blew his elbow out, and that was his last game he ever played. I actually remember watching that game. That's the first game I recall. Now, remember, I'll remind you, I was 6, 7 years old. But I remember, I think that was in 82. It might have been 83. I think it was 82.
Like 80, yeah, 82.
And yeah, it was. I remember that. I think they won that game. And then I don't know how, but I do recall that was Terry Bradshaw's last game. Adam's first game I went to was the Steelers versus Browns. Deuce Staley scored his first. Yep, I remember that. I remember that.
You young.
Adam, was that the first game that you went to? What's the first one you remember watching, like on TV? You remember watching it a little bit younger?
Deuce Staley.
Yeah, Deuce was nice. Deuce was nice.
Deuce was deucing.
Yeah, Deuce was nice.
He just couldn't stay. He couldn't stay healthy.
Yeah, on TV. So we got like 5 more minutes for our guests join us here. So we'll wait and hold on to the to our topic so they can weigh in from the beginning on that. But
real quick, Dudek.
Yeah,
Since we got a little bit of time to kill, you're talking
about 5
about
minutes.
you're talking about that time of the your experience with let's just talk about 80s football period, 80s Steelers football. If 80s football had social media, how crazy would the Yinzers be? Yeah, let that
Dude,
one marinate for a second.
let me tell you something.
Uh,
How I would want to see what the freak shows Steeler Facebook comments would have been after those 2 games against Ohio when it was 92-10.
oh my gosh.
Right, where they lost 51-0 at home to the Browns,
Yeah,
and then was
to the
41-10.
Browns.
They lost to the Bengals the next week. Now, mind you,
Yeah,
they made the playoffs that year, but just to see the the comments
yeah.
after that, or what would they have done and said about Kent Graham?
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was like, dag, I see all the flack that we see it, we talk about a lot, all the flack that Tomlin gets, but man, could you imagine it, what they would be like if, they had to deal with shoot, I even bring it even further. Let's take it to the Cowher years. He went 6-10 a couple times. How would they fare in a 6-10 season, dude? Like
Whew.
that was
Listen,
98. So I was a Slippery Rock. He was at, Robert Morris, I remember the fandom back then. And everybody hated with a capital H Cordell Stewart. And they was calling for his head.
they was calling
They
for his head. They was
hated
calling for all kind of
him.
stuff, bro.
They hated and they were starting to hate Cowher too. Because he went from like, going to the AFC championship to
So,
kind of shit in the bed,
you know what you bring that up? I'm curious. One last thing before we bring our guests on is I wonder now, like you're right, because how much they hated Cowher, the chin can't win, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Are they going to give Tomlin the same treatment? What is this? 15 years later, if another coach is like having a bad year, like
Probably.
when Tomlin did this, and he had Duck and Mason and still finished this. This guy's got this quarterback, and we're sitting here at 5-12, or if there's another losing season somewhere else. I wonder if they would, because it's almost like that. Like you get that recency bias. You kind of
Yes.
get that recency. You
Pyaw!
get that recency hatred as well too, because people, and it's mostly the younger generations, they don't remember as much of Kyle and everything like that, which is fine. I can't knock them for that. But it's like, they just don't know what they missed, good or bad, from those years.
Dude, let let Tomlin leave, and the next coach comes in the first year's a losing season. Oh my goodness. I I almost want to see it happen. Almost. Just from
Almost.
just the petty side, but then we getting up there in age. I ain't got time to be petty no more all the
I got time to
time.
be petty, man.
So
I just want to
I
watch
want
some
to see
good
them win
football.
all the time. You know what I mean? I want to see them win all the time. But the petty
Yeah.
side of me says, you know what? That would be quite the spectacle, though. You know what I mean? Like, man, they was talking
Whoa.
all that junk. They got the dude they wanted to get in, and then he come out
Yeah.
6-11.
Man,
Seven
yeah,
and
Adam's
10.
definitely a young buck, and that's great, man. Yeah,
Oh
Tom
yeah,
Zach was actually,
96.
by the way, I think he's
Yeah.
the most successful Ohio State quarterback recently, which is telling you something.
I remember Tom Zach when he was a backup to Jim McMahon.
Yeah,
At Chicago.
Chicago. I see him a lot in Mall of Robinson. Him just walking around, and Mike Tom Zach. I don't know if he lives around these
Oh
parts or
yeah.
not, but yeah, I see him here and there, man. I heard he's like a real good dude. I mean, I'm not going to go up to him or nothing like that, but it's is what it is. But all right, so I'm hoping I'm looking backstage. Our guests are there, and there's we were able to connect with Meech on the podcast. We were on the Let's Skull podcast from the fellas in Minnesota, and he turned us on to his pod. It's a great pod. So I want to welcome in Meech from Steel Talk Pod. How are you, sir? Well, actually, you know what? I got to do this first. How are you, sir? Merry Christmas.
What's going on, guys? What's going on?
What up?
Merry
Winter's
Christmas.
coming. Winter's coming. Kings of the
Let's
North.
go.
How
I
y'all
love
doing?
the hat, man. I love the tree, man. Mine's up there, but it's over in the corner.
Look,
Over in the corner.
My wife.
And I see we got your man, Mr. Man Jack is on as well, man. Jack, great to meet you, man.
Big Jack with the
What up,
face.
though?
Thank you for having me on, fellas. Thank you for having me on.
Oh, our pleasure, man. Hey, listen, you guys do a great job. By the way, I love your intro to your pod, man. Who did that? Is that you guys? Is that
We
you?
both kind of collabed together to get it done, but we both had an equal hand in it.
Man, I like it, man. I like it a lot, man. I like it a lot. Very creative, man. We just actually turn the button on and start going. We got to get one of those intros, man.
Oh, most definitely.
We're behind.
If you ever need help, let me know. I can try to give you a little bit of something that can help us out. Help
You
each
know
other
what?
out.
Just one quick question. We won't get on this. What software do you use to do that?
I use CapCut, but a lot of people say
Okay.
you can use iMovies as well.
iMovie.
A little bit of YouTube kind of helped me out, just kind of using screen recordings and other things like that to be able to edit it up. But yeah, mostly just CapCut and just putting it together.
Awesome.
Shout out to CapCut, by the way.
Yeah, shout out, man. That's good stuff, man. They got to cut you a royalty check for that, bro. All right, before we get into this, and I was listening to Meech, you had some really good comments on your pod about Asante Samuel, and I want to start there. If you watch GB and I even went back and checked the tapes, but I was too lazy to post it on the Twitters here. But GB and I were talking about him in March as like one of our free agent targets.
Yeah.
Somebody at that time I did not know he had that medical issue with the spleen.
Mm-hmm.
And I also, so I wanted him just for the ball player that he is, the ball skills. Meet you were talking about that as well. And I did find this out on the news. I was watching dinner. I was eating dinner with my wife that Jerry Dulac said it, so it might be false. But I did not know that he was actually getting treated in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so the Steelers had like an inside track of his recovery, how he was responding, which I think is why he signed with the Steelers versus others as well. I'll let our guests go first, Meech, and I'll let Jack weigh in. What do you think this signing of Asante Samuel Jr. means for the secondary for the rest of the year?
Man, off rip, a lot of stuff could happen. You can bring Ramsey out of that safety position. Let him play some corner now. Jarrell Peppers back there with Cal Duggar, and then Joey Porter and Asante Samuel on the outside. Free up Darius Slade because he kind of been banged up and really haven't been bringing that big play Slade to the Steelers that we expected. Yeah. So with Asante Samuel coming, I thought it was just a no-brainer. Once we found out the doctors did it, like you said, a little inside scoop. Yeah, go ahead and bring him in. Don't let him go to any other squad. So I like the move. Free up Brandon Echols as well. So
listen, Brandon Echols, I think, has been playing pretty well. I mean, he's not a great corner, but I think he's solid. He could be a spot starter, a slot guy here and there. So, but yeah, Asante Samuel Jr. is so much better.
Yeah, he can go back to playing his role that we brought him in for. Nobody thought Brandon Echols was going to come in here and be starting every game.
Yeah.
So go back to play your role. Everybody got to play your role, and I think that's how Steelers can play ball this year.
Jack, what about you, bud?
Non-biasly, I love the move. I think he brings a great aspect to the team. Seemed like when he was on the Chargers, he was balling under Harbaugh's defense, excuse me. But sitting in a zone, well, he's a good zone corner, but he can play man. He's very physical at the line. He's smaller than most corners, especially now with the average being like 6 foot 6'2". But as for his play style, I think he fits. He goes for, he takes risks. He's a guy that wants the ball. The biggest thing I think is you can now move him around. You can move Jalen Ramsey around anywhere you want. He can go to free safety. He can go to slot. You can move him around to the outside if you want to. It puts your defense and Tomlin in a good situation to be able to say, hey, let's be versatile. Let's move this guy that we know can play a lot of position, has a great IQ. And let's let the guys that we know play corner. And when we need to move them, let's move them. So I think it's a great situation for y'all. Do I hope he plays this weekend? No.
No, I don't want to see him this weekend. I would be
Me either.
honest.
No, well, you know what? Here's the deal, and here's why I think he's not going to play. Listen, he hasn't played since week 4 of last year.
That's true.
Right.
You know what I mean? GB, that's why I wanted to get this question to you, because he did not play since week 4 of last year, so that's damn near over a year of a ball. Listen, you can be in shape, but then you got to be in football shape.
Football shape.
GB, what is your timeline or your timetable? What would for Asante Samuel to get in the game? And are you obviously, when you bring him in, you're going to have him on a pitch count?
Well,
This is going to be a gradual installation with him into the defense.
Couple things. And he mentioned this in one of the interviews recently, that he is actually in the best shape because this injury wasn't something that just happened last year. This was something that he's been dealing with for quite some time, and he finally got it healed. Second, the surgeon who did the spinal fusion for him is the same guy who worked on Ryan Shazier as well. Okay, so just another tidbit of information. Okay, so he was definitely in great hands. Okay, and as you guys already mentioned, we kind of probably had a side eye on the medicals or something. Something was up. We knew something, right? So I say all that to say, real simple. Just give him some time. They who was it? Was it I think it was Terrell Austin today that said that he was in better shape than they thought. He said he kept himself in really good shape. I would look at having him come in right around after Thanksgiving. I think would probably be the best time. Plus, I don't really right now. I mean, other than the attrition part of things and Darius Slay, James Pierre's been playing well. Brandon Echols has been playing well. Joey Porter, if they every time we blow on somebody, they call him a flag. You know what I mean? But if they stop all that, he'd be playing because he's really playing well. He just got a reputation right now, but that's neither here or there.
Got to take the hands out of it.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's a little handsy, but there a lot of people are, they just don't get called,
And Adam brings up a good point here too. He becomes a better tackler, and I don't think that's an issue with him. Maybe gun shy, maybe at first, and I think maybe you give him some live bullets a little bit in practice. But yeah, I think it's going to be natural that he's a little gun shy when he comes in.
And he had a reputation of not being the greatest tackler in the world, but he's still a Florida State really guy. He's still his last name is Samuel. Okay, listen, when it's time to play, what I call them, the hired mercenaries. When we hit the postseason,
I like that.
Mercenaries.
I like that.
That's when you know what I'm saying. That's when they know what time it is. You know what I'm saying, Meech?
You hear that, Big Jack?
Hey, listen.
Hired mercenaries.
Hired mercenaries.
Hired mercenaries. I like it. I really do like that. That's crazy.
Yeah,
but I think honestly, it's going to be interesting to see how y'all run defense in the secondary now when it comes to those first, second downs. Is he a third down guy that you kind of treat him we know it's pass, we know you're good at sticking the guy, or do y'all play him in a situation starting off the year in the slot, just kind of letting him get back in the form, so he has to go down and make a tackle, he has to get his hands dirty? So it's a crazy situation you're in right now with a guy who's coming off an injury.
It could even be a 2026 move more than a 2025 move as well, because I mean they got him for pennies right now, and he's looking in to come in and and play. And but I mean we'll see listen, we're so far away from next year right now, we don't know who's going to be around, things like that, but it could be that. And then you hope that you stay afloat, and and you get, even if you get in at a the Yinzer's favorite record of 10-7, but if that does win a division somehow, and you get that home game, then you get this team hopefully fully healthy for a possible run. Right now with this team, just get in is all I'm worried about right now. I want to get that home playoff game, but just get in right now at this point, because of the way that the division's fallen this year, things like that. Because if Burrow comes back at the Bengals, they may do us a solid against the Ravens because they got to play them twice. So
look, they need to.
I'm
I need
hoping
to.
so.
I've been talking to my man's right there.
Listen,
It's hard
hey,
to
you know
find
what?
good help.
Listen, the Steelers have to split with Cincinnati. This is a must-win for Cincinnati, in my opinion. And they have to split with Baltimore. They do that, they might be in a decent position to get the division, especially if Burrow comes back and gives Baltimore fits. That just only helps us.
I mean, the way the talks are right now, they say Burrow's already back on the field, but I don't trust right now him going back on the field immediately. I would rather ride it with Flacco and let him get fully healthy, let him get his bearings back up on him. Because I think, honestly, and this is just from my personal viewpoint, Joe Flacco hasn't been bad. Why bring Joe Burrow? Why bring Joe Burrow back in? He gets hurt again and gets a longer extended injury or something of that case. And instead of just going with the guy who's averaging close to 300 yards of offense, plus he's averaging only a half a pick, maybe less, because he's only thrown 3 and 4 in 5 games. Yeah. So I would take the guy who's been balling right now.
Yeah, and you're smart. It would be a smart thing for them to do. I would agree.
They're putting up 37 points a game with Joe Flacco on the offense right now. Just let that one marinate for a second. Okay, that's amazing. Like nobody wants to say it. I'll say it. He's actually right now, like with his hot hand, he's actually running the offense better than Joe Burrow has ever run the offense. But nobody want to say it. I'll say it out loud. This dude is balling. Okay, and I'm mildly concerned about him balling against us again. Mildly concerned.
Yeah, we'll see.
A little bit.
So we spoke about Samuel maybe playing. We'll wrap up, but there's a guy on here I think it's going to have to see the field Sunday, and that's Valdez-Scantling. This is not Jerry Rice. This is not a high end free agent receiver coming in here, but we believe he could be what the Steelers receiving core need. Because what I mean is free up DK a little bit, because DK is not the best route runner in the league. He is more of the modern day Calvin Johnson. He's just bigger and stronger. And right now, there's even times he can't even get combat catches for as big and strong as he is. So this is a combo question for everybody. One, are you playing Valdez-Scantling? And then 2, what does that say about WR2?
I'm going to go off rip and say I think you have to. I think you have to. Outside of Calvin Austin, I guess you would say Roman Wilson. He came up with two plays. The last one really came up in garbage time. But where else do you go? Where does he go? And DK at times is dropping the ball. Dropping the ball as our number 1 wide receiver. I talked about it on my podcast. You got to have a real conversation. And DK, to me, hasn't stepped up to wide receiver 1 duties for real, in my eyes. So after that, I think Marquez is the best answer. I love for them to would have made a move at the trade deadline. And I talked about it, and I said, well, it really comes down to how much are you willing to overpay. Me and Big Jack talked about it. I thought damn near everyone overpaid this year at the trade deadline, in my eyes. So the Steelers stuck to their guns. So now you got to stick with Marquez. Go ahead and throw him out there because you need the help on offense. You need it badly. We've seen it with the Chargers, man. It was terrible. It was terrible.
They're able to lock up. Calvin Austin is not an outside guy at all.
No.
He gets locked up. He gets locked up too easy.
No.
Not at all.
Yes. Gotta get open.
Jack, what do you think about Valdez? Are you playing him based off how he's been, in the NFL so far, and obviously his familiarity with Aaron Rodgers?
I'm gonna use a little bit of GB saying here. He's a hired mercenary. I hate to be like one of those guys who thinks he's one of those guys where when the playoffs hit, for some reason it clicks. I don't know why he's like that, but he is. He might not give you 1,000 yards during the season or high effort or high plays during the season, but if he makes it to the playoffs, I don't know what clicks, how he gets open. He did it with the Chiefs. Actually twice with the Chiefs. He came back and did it again with in the Packers where Aaron Rodgers was there. So he has great not only experience but good things he can pass down to somebody like Roman Wilson who's trying to find his way. A guy like Calvin Austin, who's a speedster and can make those tough catches for a little guy, is crazy. But I think you play MVS. I think you move Roman Wilson and Calvin Austin to the slot, and you let those two rock out on the outside and let them try to figure it out with a guy he's been throwing and catching with for years.
Yeah. I agree with you, Big Jack, man. Plus, when you have another 6'4" guy on the outside, as your WR2, that just helps your whole 11 personnel even that much better.
Yep.
Right. Because now you can put you can either put Roman Wilson or Calvin Austin in the slot, let them do their thing. You know what I mean? Or you can go 10 and run with 3-by-1. You know what I mean? And let both them slot demons go out and do their thing as well, and just get them in space. I think it gives them more variety. And we were on record saying, like, I mean, as much as it pains me, I just wanted 1 year with GP and DK. I just wanted one.
Oh my God.
I just wanted one.
My God, could you imagine?
I didn't want that at all.
I know. The NFL didn't want it. Man, I just wanted 1 year, but that's water.
Crash Money Records, man.
You know what I mean? Oh man, that's water under
Crash
the
Money Records Steelers. Didn't I tell you that, Big Jack?
That puts you in a situation, man, like when you have two guys on the outside, and I saw something earlier today, and this is going to be really interesting. The NFL against the Pittsburgh Steelers has run too high safety 54% of the time. Now think about that. That's without a WR2, like a legitimate WR2. Now you put him in there, we're going to see that even more. So what's that going to do? It's going to open up our run even that much more as well. And that's the part where things are going to get very, 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 very interesting coming down the home stretch.
Yep, and it's going to even open up the middle of the field
too.
as well. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, and I think really, and before we get into, I have a question about Austin and Wilson with you guys here too. But I think, on this free agency and why I think they swung and missed, and Meech, I'm glad you brought up about overpaying, which I did not want them to overpay. I think that, there was the rumor out there that they offered the same compensation for Jacoby Myers, and he chose Jacksonville, and I believe they dipped their toe in the Waddle to see what it cost them, but I did not want to, and I'm glad they did not give up a 1 for him.
Real quick, Dudek, that the Jacoby Meyer thing was more about Clint Kubiak than it was about anything else. His familiarity with their offense it made more sense for him to get familiar with that offense. He'd be more impactful for the Jacksonville offense than he would for our offense, because it's just not the same. That's where he's thrived. So I can't be mad at that.
GB stole my notes.
Sorry.
But yeah, you're right. I was gonna say it's more of the offensive fit in Jacksonville with his system, and then also, if you historically look at a Arthur Smith system, WR2 doesn't really do much. They may get a handful of targets a game. That had nothing to do with this guy picked. Oh, granted, he also came from Vegas. Probably want to stay in warm weather too. But you don't listen. There's players that don't pick the Steelers not because they don't like them or they disrespectful. There's just fits around. When Jacoby Myers he wants another contract. Why go to a contract where you're going to come in and say for this last half of the year you may catch 22 balls the rest of the year? Jacksonville. Brian Thomas Jr. is actually struggling a little bit too, so he's going to get his touches down. So, and I believe that's why some of these receivers chose to go elsewhere than to come to the Pittsburgh Steelers, which is why at the beginning of the year I was saying that the Steelers didn't even need to add a WR2, and I was wrong about that because I think we were all high on see what Calvin Austin could do, and he has not really produced like we thought he would. So, with that being said, Calvin Austin and now Roman Wilson. Going forward, who you giving more snaps to? I know some of it's going to be depending on game-by-game situations, right, with matchups. Who you get? I mean, he keeps proving himself. But, GB, who you giving more snaps to?
Well, first of all, I'm putting Calvin Austin back at punt returner. First of all, that's number one. Krishan Williams is on. I told you this last week. He's on borrowed time. Like, I don't think he's going to be here much longer. So now you get to put Calvin back where he can actually do some damage. Okay. I'm interested to see more of Roman Wilson because of the toughness that he plays with as well. Like look, I'm always on record saying like I don't get angry at like hustle mistakes. And when he went to when he fumbled, it wasn't because he was trying to hustle. He was trying to do the extra thing. He was trying to.
Yeah.
He was trying to.
Yeah.
I don't get nearly as angry about that than stupid. Like he was trying to make an extra play. It was dumb, but he still tried to make an extra play, right? I like the way that he plays, and I think if you get him in the game plan a little bit early and just kind of get him in, I think he can really do something. And I think that Aaron Rodgers believes that he can do that as well. You know, I think he's losing some confidence in Calvin Austin because Calvin Austin can't catch right now. He got the yips.
Oh, he's going to be in
I
his
don't know what it
doghouse
is.
after that. Hit him right here and a boop, up at the interception, right?
He got the yips right now. So
the yips.
I'd like to see Rome see what he can do with it. And he can block too, man. That dude don't he give up his body.
Michu, you giving more to Wilson or you sticking with Austin?
It's kind of hard in my book because I came into this saying we'll be all right with Calvin Austin putting up at least 780 to 800 yards, this year. We'll be decent. But now seeing how the game has went, and you drafted Roman Wilson, and we still haven't seen him really on the field. So it's like I kind of want to see more of him, but at the same time, I don't want to take away from Calvin Austin. Like you said, put him back at punt returner and let him cook at the same time. But Roman, like you said, you drafted him, 3rd round pick, and not to mention he was supposed to be a big part of this offense coming in while we went and drafted him. So
Yep.
I give it to Roman. Give it to Roman. Let's see what's up. Because we got to figure out this year who is going to be here for the long term.
Well, yeah, because are you going to give Austin another contract? I mean that decision's coming up this next year. Jack, from the outside,
go ahead. I think you should. I like Calvin Austin. Every year he's got better.
Okay, so let me ask you this, Meech, and I was going to Jack. I have a question for you as well. But Meech, if you're going to re-sign Wilson, what type of contract? Again, we're far off, but just you brought this up. What type of contract would you offer Calvin Austin?
Calvin Austin.
Let's say he just extrapolates out and he still ends up playing, how he's played this year. He'll put up decent numbers. But are you given any type of larger commitment to Calvin?
No, I wouldn't. If anything, a 4-year deal, maybe an out in that 4th year.
Okay.
So really a 3-year and then
not necessarily WR2 money though, right?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't at all.
Okay.
I wouldn't at all.
Okay. So Jack, from the outside looking in, do you think, with your knowledge of ball and everything like that, do you think the Steelers are using Calvin Austin correctly?
Honestly, I think at the beginning of the year, y'all started to use him very in his actual natural way with the jet sweeps, get him out on the edge on a screen pass real early, stuff like that. And I think further into the year, y'all went away from it. Y'all went more to the tight end screens, tight end play. But it's I think when he was in that type of environment, y'all were high up on Calvin Austin. Y'all saw the elusive ability. He's picking up 8 yards on a screen pass that luck is going nowhere. So I think if you put a little bit more emphasis on because y'all do a lot of motion sometimes with the tight ends and different little speed motions like that.
Yep.
Give Calvin Austin those reps. Let him get into space and let him create because that's his natural habit. I mean, think about it. You're trying to put him as a punt returner again. So that's him getting the ball in space, make one man miss, get a cut lane. And I think that's been his game since he's been at Memphis, if I'm not mistaken?
He was in Memphis, yes.
Yeah. So he's one of those guys where if you put him in space, I feel like he's great. But then when you put him in a tight, condensed set, you don't give him any type of motion. He has to fight between linebackers, a safety over top of him, top of him already. It's hard for him.
Yep.
And we've seen the decline. So
I agree. Yeah, I think it's the offensive style too. And I think, in this style, it's hard because there are a lot of bunch sets. It's a lack of better terms, a strong offense, right? It's ran through the tight ends. And a receiver of his size is going to get lost in the offense where he's got to be more like the slot. he can be an occasional outside guy, but not much. You know what I mean? Depending on, if you're going against a zone, he could definitely be the outside, but strictly man-to-man. Although Sauce Gardner was very high on him, said he was the toughest guy to cover in college. But it's more or less what they ask him to do and what else is on the field as well, too, because DK, he's big and strong, but he's not the best route runner in the world either. So
exactly.
So I wanted to go over some of that personnel and just some of these questions that are coming up. I mean, Asante Samuel's not playing this week, so that was just a new move. GB, start you first. So what did the Steelers need to do differently, whether it's from a personnel perspective or a game plan perspective, against the Bengals here in whatever week we're in, 10, 11, something?
Don't give up so many daggone points. I'm just playing.
Yeah, maybe cover Jamar Chase. I mean,
can we cover Jamar Chase? I mean, that would be a nice thing to do. I mean, that I think that that would be okay. But no, in all seriousness though, obviously you have to lock up your coverage on the back end. Okay, but more importantly, and this is where I feel like things kind of went sideways. For whatever reason, that first game we weren't able to stop the run, and that's still trivial to me to this day that we couldn't stop their run. Especially, I think Chase Brown was averaging like 2-point-something yards per game or per rush at the time, and he was and he was killing us. And I'm like, come on, man.
Can we stick with 2.8 to make us feel better?
This don't even make no sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, this don't even make no sense. So I think there's going to be an emphasis on making sure that that's not going to happen again. And then if you can get Cincy in those second and long situations, and let your boys do what they do, pin them ears back and give Flacco all types of flack. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hey, that's really what needs to happen. Stop that run. Stay on schedule, as Coach Tomlin says. Stay on schedule on the offense. Stay on schedule on the defense. We want to be third. We want to put Flacco in stressful situations. 3rd and 12. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Captain Check.
Well, exactly, because if you can get that where
we call him Captain Check down for years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you want to be able to. I mean, because he's going to get the ball out quick on those passes, but you want to be able to rally the ball and hold him short of the downs and things like that. Meech, what do you think the Steelers should do differently this week?
Complimentary football. Can we just get back to that? Offense, take what the defense is giving you, man. Because think back the Chargers game, the defense was balling. 5 sacks. I'm a firm believer if the Pittsburgh Steelers can get more than 3 sacks or more than 4 turnovers in a game, we got a good chance of winning that game. The offense gotta step up. Like GB talked about the secondary. Man, come on. Because last game with the Bengals, we didn't want no smoke with Jamar Chase nor T. Higgins. And I think Gesicki got in there and got some too. Like, you guys got like everybody ate on us.
Yeah, it was Noah Fant, I think.
Seconds and all. Yeah. So I need to see the secondary really step up. And I think Jalen Ramsey back there at the safety position can help with some of that communication issues that lacked the first game round. And then just go ahead and stop the run. That's what we're known for. Run the ball, stop the run. Run the ball when you need to. Run the ball when you have to. Put your foot on the neck. I want to see another 40 banger from like last season when we went in that shootout with the Cincinnati Bengals. Defense step up though, and let's turn this into a 40-piece Popeye chicken.
That's right. You know what? You're right because there was times where, like, even though the Steelers scored 31 points, they could have put more on there. I mean, I know they had the one holding call. They would have made that game 14-0. But just like we were talking about on our channel here too, and you guys know that Thursday night AFC North shenanigans. Oh. If you guys have seen the records of the home team versus the road team, it's like winning like the NBA lottery pick. Whoever gets the home game on the Thursday night, the Thursday night shenanigans.
Time, I don't know which one to take anymore.
Dude, the Cleveland Browns are 9-1 at home. I mean, if the Cleveland Browns have a winning record, there's some shenanigans going on.
Well, dude, Aaron Rodgers, 107 years old, man. He passed his bedtime already.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He can't be playing these late games. You know what I mean? That man used to having his warm milk, even been tucked in the bed already. You know what I'm saying? With his fake wife. You know?
Come on, man. He said he's back there in the shotgun, like.
That's
No, man. Listen, the complimentary ball is I think is the bet. Is the thing, because if you do get the short field, what irked me, we talked about this on Monday, and Meech, I don't know if you're talking about this as well, but they had how many possessions on a short field against the Chargers? It came away with 3 points. That right there was insane. They cannot do that because Cincinnati's offense is that much better than what the Chargers' offense is. But if you have a chance of what I think the biggest thing was in the first half, there was a point they had a chance to put Cincy away or put him in a sense of where it was going to be severely one-dimensional ball, and they didn't do that. And you can't let a team like Cincy hang around because of how quickly they can score. Because of how explosive they are on offense on that. So Jack, what do you think should happen in this, whether you want to take it from the Cincinnati perspective or the Steelers perspective as well, too? What do you think should be different here in round 2?
Somebody's defense got to come to play. We gave up 30 points as well, so I can't even make it sound like our defense was good. I think minus the lucky turnover with the hit stick on DK, ball falls into DJ Turner's hands. Then Jordan Battle blended in with the B, and then Aaron Rodgers throwing up a gimme ball. But honestly, we didn't play well on defense. I can say thank you for the turnovers to help us out, but we didn't play well on defense. Offensively, the biggest thing I'm gonna say is take what they give you. Joe Flacco did that great the last time he played. If you want to back the corner off 10 yards because you're scared of Jamar Chase going deep, we'll just throw it right to him, and your corner can be one-on-one. If you want to press man coverage, we'll put you in situations where we're going to get the ball out fast, but you better cover. We have the receivers to do it. Take advantage of the fact that J-Ram is either going to have to play safety or corner, and he's going to have to cover somebody. So let's do what we did last time on offense. Try to get the run game going. If we can get the run game going, I feel good.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh-wise, though, I don't want to say the game plan, but I'm going to give it out anyway. Run the ball at us. Run the ball at us. Literally, we're giving up 430 yards a game right now. We're the last ranking defense in the NFL. We have nothing to stop the run. We haven't stopped the run since week 1 against the Browns. And even still then, we gave up 77 rush yards. So I think if you do go to that the big slot where you have Roman Wilson or Pat Frymuth or Jonnu there, I like y'all running wide zone because Jaylen Warren had a great game last game. I think he had 100+ yards, if I'm not mistaken, as well.
120. I just looked it up. 127 was averaging 8 yards a carry.
So I think if you come back, if they had no stop for that the first time, I think I would go right back to it, see if they found a key to it. If they haven't, make them have to score. Make us have to score. So if you run the clock, you play Steeler football, which is run the ball. I feel like that's the way y'all make this y'all type of game where TJ Watt and those boys can excel.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I think they're going to try to get back to. I mean, there was a period with Ben where they wanted to throw the ball around the yard too, and they did for a while. And a lot of times in the playoffs, it bit us in the ass. But this is definitely meant to be a run-first team, a 12 personnel team, things like that. So yeah, I think they got to get back to that. Quit getting cute when you get down in the red zone. I mean, they've been pretty good of late. Not so much, but they've been pretty good. Just pound it. Maybe we start seeing Johnson a little bit more.
I would love to see Johnson more.
Listen, he only had the one call, 2 runs, and that one got called back by penalty. But man, he's starting to show us something. It looks like the game's finally going to start slowing down a little bit for him. This is not like he's not running against Northwestern anymore.
Hey, he got pay attention. That dude he has a second gear when he comes through that first level, man. Listen, we need to see a little bit more of that. I just want to see the brother getting a little bit more space and let him.
All 3 of them really too, man. All 3 of the guys.
Yeah, Gainwell.
I talked about it on my pod. Pittsburgh Steelers literally got a 3-headed dragon back there at running back. Kenneth Gainwell wasn't used in the run game versus the Chargers. He was used in the passing game, which baffled me. Like,
and there was a couple of times I think you guys were talking about take what the defense gives him. There was a couple of times where Rodgers could have hit him on a check down, even on a wheel route or an angle route, and he chose to hold on. Now maybe he just saw a ghost, because if you saw that still image when he took that shot from Dupree, I mean, I looked at the picture and got hurt. I mean, I was like, Jesus, let me hit him right inside of the head, and man, Dupree's just doing us dirty, man. Come on,
Aaron Rodgers. Remember how to take a hit, sir, and we will be okay.
He ain't got to worry about pass rush.
He turned into that dude from North Texas, man. Blow the whistle. Blow the
whistle. 2 for 11 on third down is crazy. One red zone trip is.
You know what's killing me is at the beginning of the year, the offense was doing pretty well. The defense stunk. Then there's those couple games where they kind of evened out. Now the defense has gotten better, especially with the addition of Duggar, who see. That's why I like Duggar and Ramsey at safety. I think stabilize this defense.
Yes, it does.
And I think that's going to be the difference as well too. Whether it's Eccles or I don't know if Slay's going to play this week or not. I'm not sure. But those two back, they just stabilized it. So now that they're playing better, now the offense stinks. It's like, I
think what they're gonna do is I think they're gonna strap JPJ on T, and then they're gonna cloud cover Jamar Chase with either Eccles or James Pierre with
James Pierre or Ramsey over the top. You have to, because listen, there's nobody in the league.
You don't have to.
Jack, listen to this. I mean, listen. We came off having the best wide receiver in the game at Antonio Brown. It absolutely sucks now that we're going against the best receiver in the NFL twice a year.
Man, listen.
It sucks, but it is. I mean, we're getting AB'd the same way that the Steelers AB'd how many teams for how many years?
AB does it every year. He was there, so I can't. I got the personal invitation to the AB party. So, honestly speaking, but I will say this: one thing about your defense that I will always give credit to, y'all don't get fooled twice. Like, it might be, when I say that, I mean that in the sense of, if y'all play that same scheme again, it won't be the same defense. We've seen it multiple times, countless times. Y'all changed it up against the Ravens when Lamar was continuous. Well, he was the actual starter. I've seen now y'all started to hang TJ Watt on that end, just play all out, commit for the dive, and have TJ Watt 1-on-1 or whoever that end man is.
Yeah.
Next game in the playoff game, though, y'all switched it up. Don't dive the TJ Watt, and then y'all let the linebacker scrape over top to take Lamar. So I see the different little different little nuances that y'all are putting in. So I wouldn't be surprised if, again, they go to that cloud over Jamar and lock JPJ on T. The question is, for me, is Yoshivas. That's my big thing.
Yeah. Well, that's where you're hoping that the pass rush gets there, and it's whether you do you can combo coverage those. I mean, whether it's almost like, if you do straight man and you're clouding over Jamar Chase, or if you're doing some type of a quarters coverage where you're playing different coverages on each side of the field, you're going to have to fool. But the thing is, you can't fool Flacco a lot because he's been around. He's seen a lot, especially from the Steelers. You're going to have to get creative. And I think having Ramsey and Duggar back there, you can disguise certain things that one obviously did not do the first time. But you can give the Flacco some different looks that could possibly give him a second of doubt. And by then, you're hoping that the defense gets there. And we'll see about Highsmith if he's even playing. I mean, I think he may be questionable, but even if he plays, you're going to give more snaps to Herbig, who seems to be the biggest playmaker on his defense this year. From a sack perspective and, getting on the ball. So,
which is crazy to even think of. Who thought Herbig would come in here and be balling?
Not like
be the leader.
Not like this.
Not like
this, man.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something right now. They could have a decision to make. I mean, I still think it's Highsmith's around next year as well, too, but because you still have $11.5 million of dead money if you get rid of them, even next year. But I'm going to say this: even Jack Sawyer starting to ball. You have a unique strength of a 4-man rotation at outside backer Benton is playing better now than he did before. Harmon's starting to come into his own. Y.A. Black, the captain's still the captain. You know, TJ may not be getting the splash plays he is, but he's still dictating things while he's on the field. So let's hope that they just settle down. They play ball. Cincinnati's going to score. There's no doubt that Cincinnati's going to score. They just have too much damn firepower on offense. But with that being said, Meech, let's get some predictions here, and then we can wrap up some other topics with the Steelers. And I want some college predictions as well too. We'll see. But Meech, what do you think? What is your prediction for Sunday? Whether in a score and or how this game is going to pan out?
I think it's going to be real close. I got the score being 30-27 in favor of the Steelers. Really a defensive blow. You know, I think it's going to go both ways, but I just think the Steelers going to have the momentum coming into this. It's a home game. We got beat up last time. I talked about it with Big Jack. Jalen Ramsey, you got to get some get back. Joey Porter, you got to get some get back. We can keep going down to this. The defensive line got to get – everybody has to get some get back. We might need to have – and for the offense, we might need to have that cast that they brought out for the Steelers defense. Bring that back and put the offense in, and let's see if they can resurrect themselves. And just get back to playing ball, man. To get back to playing ball, because one thing, and it gets on my nerve with Mike Tomlin and Arthur Smith and these guys. Keep your foot on their necks, like you said. Jalen Warren, 120 yards rushing. We let off the gas. We wanted to throw. Yeah, we had to get back in the game. You know, it can go both ways, but at the same time, when you see that run game working for real, keep your foot on their neck, man. 30-27, it's going to be a close game in favor of Pittsburgh, man. We got to take the North back. You got to take the North back. Stop playing around. Winter's coming. Y'all see the tree.
Jack, just remember when you picked this game, I got the button on turning your camera off. So go ahead. No, Jack, what do you think, buddy? What do you think this game is going to be?
Honest opinion, I think this could be a 1v1, a 1-1 split. I go 35-31. Well, 35-30 in favor of the Steelers. As much as I want us to sweep this series, I just think we haven't been playing well on defense. We didn't play well on defense last time we faced y'all. We haven't done it good against the run. Do I feel like we're going to have a little chip on our shoulder after Chase Brown's comments this past 2 weekends ago? Yeah, but again, I just think right now we're not in a good position as a franchise in the sense of where we are defensively. So I'm going to give this 35-30. Well, 35-31. Let me go 35-31 because that's 28 points. 35-31 Steelers. Steelers walk away with it.
I see that type of game as well, to a high-scoring game. GB?
So I feel like the first game was a little bit of a fluke, and we talked about it. It's the Thursday shenanigans. But you know who's not a fluke? Joe Flacco. He's not a fluke, and he's definitely not a fluke when it comes playing against the Pittsburgh Steelers, which is why I'm mildly concerned still, right? However, if this is the team that I believe that it is, and hey, Meech, I said this a long time ago, I'm dying on the Super Bowl hill in this year, the 2025. You know, hey, I'm still on the hill, bro. I'm dying on the hill. Dying on the hill. Okay?
Oh my goodness.
Right? So if this team that we feel like it can be, then they will start to impose their will this week. And I'm going to say that that's exactly what they're going to do. And I'm going to say it's going to be 38-21 in favor of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Complete domination on offense, right? And
I'm not mad at it. It's coming.
Yeah,
it's coming. I really see these teams building together and coming together, man.
Thank goodness we're not putting up our little pics on the screen and we can get clowned by the Cincinnati people later. You know,
it's
like they do on ESPN, you know. Yeah, I think it's going to be those ones. This is typical Steeler fashion. They're going to You won't have any proof. There was no logos on there. My man was like, what? Typical Steelers fashion, they're going to come out and they're going to dominate early, but they're not going to put the Bengals away. The Bengals are going to come back. They're going to make it interesting. We can't have nice things in Pittsburgh. We can't have comfortable games. We cannot have comfortable games. Even in Minnesota. Meech, listen, when we were on, I wish I could have got back on with the guys in Minnesota after we went on there. Like, we had that game 24-6.
Yeah.
Nope. We got to bust the coverage and let Addison go down there. Then we got to not go for it on fourth and like.
Keep your foot on their necks. Run it up.
This is what the Steelers do, man. Just nope. So I like the 38 points because I do think there was just a lot there on the first time with the tight ends. Excuse me, Freiermuth, John Smith, Darden, our offensive tackle / wide receiver in Washington. There's just too much success on offense to where if they just sustain it. My thing is, when are they going to put this all together?
Yes.
When are they going to put the offense and defense together?
Sunday.
It might not be Sunday, but my question is when? And just like what I was telling the Minnesota guys is when we talked about the defenses, eventually this defense is coming. And I just don't know when. And is this the one where is this the week where the defense shows up? Because Flacco, as good as he is against the Steelers, he's a statue. When do the strip sacks start coming? When do these tip balls start coming? And picks, and where these short fields come? When is this going to start? It has to. If this is the team that we thought it was going to be at the beginning of the year, it's going to start. When does it? It has to start sometime. If we don't beat the Bengals, I'm telling you right, if the Steelers don't beat the Bengals on Sunday, I think it slips away quickly.
Very quickly.
Yeah. Because I'm going to see here. Who does let me see. I'm going to go over here. Who does Baltimore plays, I think, a weak team?
They hold the rest of their schedule. Cakewalk. I think Baltimore got a good chance of winning that out, man.
Well, they got to play us twice.
Besides
Cincinnati, right?
Because I got us split.
They still got Green Bay.
Cleveland Sunday and New England still.
They got Cleveland. They got Cleveland and the Jets. Next, Cleveland, Jets, Bengals, Steelers, Bengals, Patriots, Packers, Steelers.
Yeah. So I said they got there
could be a couple losses in there, Meech. Listen, because the Bengals, regardless of their record,
they got Joe Burrow Bengals too. They're gonna have Joe
Burrow Bengals. Mm-hmm.
Those last four are going to be tough.
Well, if he comes back, I just think the Ravens' schedule is easy, man.
Well, look at that, though. Patriots, Packers, and Steelers. I mean, Patriots are at home, and then at Packers, at Steelers finish up the year. Again, the Steelers have to finish. We're getting ahead of ourselves here, too. But my thing is if the Steelers lose, because not only does it keep it would have then a tie. It actually probably would have a head because I think the Ravens would then have a better division record. But then it keeps the Bengals alive.
You get the Pussycats in life.
You're basically – you had a stranglehold. We were on this channel talking about it. They could have went 5-1 in the division with a 1-5 Bengals and Cincinnati and Cleveland would have had, if they would have won, would have had 2-5 or records, whatever it was. They didn't do it.
Yeah.
Typical Steelers fashion, right? What I just said about in one game, this is they're doing an entire year like this.
I said you got to be built for this to be a Steelers.
God damn it!
You got to be built for this.
Jesus,
boy, oh my God, your mental has to be stable. You got to have support systems around you. all the shebang.
Gotta go watch this game with some IVs and IPAs for IVs. But I do think they win, but I think it's going to be ugly again. It's not going to be comfortable, but it's got to start. It's got to happen at some point. It's got to happen at some point.
Hey, what do you think that field going to look like on Sunday? After Notre Dame and Pitt muck it up a little bit.
Oh my goodness gracious, man!
Yeah,
we saw how it looked last time.
I don't think Aaron Rodgers' knees can take that, can it? With all that
Rooney
3-step drop.
My knees can't take it from the stands. Listen, I don't know. So I'm going to go. I'm saying 38-28. Good guys. But I say reluctantly because I don't know. I can even see that score being the opposite the other way too. But I'm going 38-28 good guys because if not now, this is not the season, but this is the season. I'm sorry. You can't go 4-1 and then all of a sudden be 5-5. No.
Yeah.
Well,
And see, that was one of my questions I had for you guys because y'all talked about on your podcast about kind of like what GB said, the higher mercenaries. Eventually, they got to put it together.
Yes.
And I just wanted to hear y'all talk because he dying on the hill. I came into this. We're not going to the Super Bowl. We're going to get this playoff win. We're going to figure out where we need to go. Me and Jack talked about it, man. This is about the young guys. We need to see our young guys step up. Joey Porter has to take that turn. You know, you brought in Ramsey, Darius Slay for all of that. So, I see what you're saying this week.
I am still the hill that I'm dying on is if the Steelers are relatively healthy, they do not get a playoff win this year. It's time to cut bait and start over.
I like that idea. I like that. That's a great idea.
Because here's the reason why. After the collapse of last year, because again, not in GB and I, we actually had a fun little feud on Monday with some Tomlin haters, if you will, right?
You know,
it was fun, right? And they made some good points, but because not everything that the struggles with the Steelers is not all Mike Tomlin. You know, it's some of the players too. So you can appreciate what Tomlin has done. But this man has coached over 200, almost 300 football games, has been out of playoff contention one time. Coached in one game where he hasn't been in playoff contention.
Against the Dolphins.
I said that on my podcast.
That's it.
You've been spoiled.
If you coach in Pee Wee, that's impressive, let alone in the damn NFL. Yeah. So you can appreciate that and be critical of Mike Tomlin, which is what I am. The collapse from last year, though I think it was more of attrition because the offense was so anemic. The roster that you brought in, all these moves, Aaron Rodgers, that was a Mike Tomlin move. You do not do well, again, health withstanding. And you had a 4-1 and 1-5 to 1-5 at Ravens, and Cincinnati and Cleveland had losing records at the time. That should be an insurmountable lead if you are the team that you think you are. They don't do it. I think it's time to cut bait because you have the draft at home and you have 12 picks. What better tools to give a new coach than that?
Well, let's not say that too loud, though. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not. But I'm saying, but I'm answering Nietzsche's question about dying on the hill. Like you're dying on the hill of Super Bowl. I'm dying on the hill of they better win a damn playoff game.
That's a way better hill to die on than let's cut Mike Tomlin out the. We don't want to do that.
I don't want to do it either.
You don't want to do that?
I don't want to do it either. But I'm just saying.
Please do it.
No. Jack, no. Jack,
I talked about it on my pod today. Matter of fact, I said, "Hey, the Pittsburgh Steelers, we've been spoiled. They're 9-8. You got to be honest with yourself. A lot of teams don't look at a lot of teams. The Jets have not been there, nowhere near. And Mike Tomlin can go over there with a plethora of draft picks. You know, got some players there, or the Giants. You know, these teams, and really can take them to being where we are, 9-8, and then people will love them. While we sit here and we figure out what 1-8 feel like to start the season off with. You know,
they can't handle 5-4, let alone 1-8.
I'm gonna let you know right now. You let Mike Tomlin go, he'll be a Giant by tomorrow morning. I'm letting you. He will be a Giant by tomorrow morning because he's gonna go there.
And by tomorrow morning, you mean 12:02 a.m.
Yeah, because he's gonna go there and issue out a 3-4, put Kayvon Thibodeau on one side, Abdul Carter on the other, and Dexter Lawrence in the middle. Have fun. Go play football. He has his TJ Watt, Herbig, and Cam Hayward in the middle.
The Giants' defense is sick. Yeah, I agree. I agree. No, but the reason I brought that up was just to answer Meech's question about, GB's dying on a Super Bowl hill, and I want to die on that hill too. I'm just saying what I've said to all year round is I just want that playoff win, and then we'll see what happens. Because it could be one of those ones, in sports, there's just that proverbial hump. Once teams sometimes get over that hump, it's like all of a sudden it just the floodgates open in a positive way.
They started to click. This is what I had to do all the time.
Yeah,
the Chiefs, the prime example of the Chiefs.
Right.
The Bills.
It's just a matter because once in the playoffs, it's about matchups, right? And I think if they get that home playoff win, I did say this though, They get that home playoff win. Sorry, Jack. When the Pirates played the Reds, there could have been a National League All-Star team that played the Pittsburgh Pirates that year, that wild card game, and no one was beating them. I have that same feeling if the Steelers get a home playoff game. I don't care who they play.
It don't matter.
It's going to be insane.
It ain't gonna matter.
Yeah,
Not this year.
I'm gonna call it Hinesville.
It'll be insane
Hinesville's
because
gonna
of
be
all
rocking.
those other ones that we've had to go on the road with Mason frickin' Rudolph against.
Yeah,
Provided
if the injuries aren't all screwed up. Like I remember having that home game against the Ravens. I think that was 2014, and we was running with Josh Harris and what was the other dude's name? Tate. What was his first name?
Oh, Tate, that Auburn running back.
Yeah, the Auburn running back. Yeah, man, and because Le'Veon was out and D'Angelo Williams was out. Like we had nobody running the ball, and it looked like we had nobody running the ball that year. It was terrible. Brandon Tate. Yeah, we got him from Houston. He played for the Texans, and we ended up picking him up off the practice squad or whatever. Yeah, that's terrible, man. So. Yeah, provided that the injuries is, it'll be insane. Cause think about it, man. Do you remember the last time we had a home game? It was during COVID. Wasn't nobody even there.
No fans.
Oh man,
they played the jumbotron.
That ain't. You had a virtual
people out there
game, man.
With speakers.
How'd that work?
Right.
So.
All right, so how about this? Before we get out of here, I don't know how many college ball fans there are. We got a big game on the North Shore. Pitt, Notre Dame. Man, I don't know, Meech, I don't know how much you follow Pitt, or if you're a Pitt fan, or if you don't know if you're a West Virginia or Penn State guy. I don't know.
USC,
South
Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah. Gamecock Nation, baby.
Hey,
I
just had a buddy move down there, and his daughter's going to South Carolina too. By the way, Lenore Sellers to Miami next year? What? Listen, Lenore Sellers would be a perfect fit in.
I want him here.
I'm going to tell you something right now. He would be a perfect. Hey, you better get Peyton down here to coach up his nephew, bro. I like Texas though, by the way. So Pitt, Notre Dame, who you got? Anybody can go.
I got Notre Dame. I want to take Pitt, but I'll say this: if Pitt stops number 4, you got a chance. But you got to stop Jordan. You got to stop
running back in the country.
Jeremiah. What's his name? Love.
Jordan Love.
Jeremiah Love.
Jeremiah Love.
You got to stop Jeremiah Love. If you don't stop Jeremiah Love and you let him do whatever he wants, it's going to be a long game, or it's going to be a shootout, one of the two. But I feel like if y'all make the game dirty, y'all get Jeremiah Love early, y'all make them have to do what they don't want to do and pass the ball. I feel like that's when y'all can take chances and actually win this game. But my personal pick is Notre Dame. I think Jeremiah Love and that other running back are two tandem running backs that are probably going to be drafted high. I think their defense is finally showing up. Offensive line looks like they finally figured it out, and CJ Carr has been playing phenomenal when Jeremiah Love has taken the onus off of him. So,
yeah.
Meech, what say you, Meech?
I'm gonna go with Pitt just because of Pittsburgh. Let's go, baby. Don't miss
you don't need to explain anything else, man.
He said, "Well, something don't have to be explained, man."
So Jack, to enter you, it's Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price. Both guys average over 6 yards a carry.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. And but here's the thing, real quick, before GB goes in. Do you know what Pitt ranks in the country versus the run?
Top 10. I'm gonna say you got to be up there. So
they're third in the country against the run. If you've seen this D line play, I was telling we were talking. I was on my buddy JJ Kitchen's podcast, and a Notre Dame fan came in, and he was worried about Pitt, stacking the box. Like Pitt doesn't stack the box; they crash it. They got some dogs on the defensive line, bro.
Yeah, and their linebackers fly.
Now,
football.
Fly. they could be susceptible to cutbacks, which Jeremiah Love is very good at. They could, some misdirection. So that's a but they crashed the line. GB, what is your prediction for Pitt Notre Dame? By the way, I'm gonna be there. I can't wait. It's gonna be great.
Physicality.
I'm gonna go to college game day. I'm gonna go smack around some of those ESPN guys for taking away my YouTube.
I'm gonna say McKeesport by 21 over Quip. Oh no, that's the game I'm gonna be at. I'm not gonna be at the Pitt game. I'll be at McKeesport and Quip in the finals. To go see my man Kamon Spell run rampant on Quip on Saturday. Any rate, back to the Pitt game. No, I do think Pitt's gonna pull this off, and I think this is gonna officially start the Mason Heichel NIL sweepstakes. Because I think he's gonna get tempted after this. I know he's already on record saying he ain't going nowhere, but if he plays like I think he's gonna play on Saturday, things are gonna get interesting. And I'll leave it at that. I'll say Pitt 27, Notre Dame 24.
Yeah, man.
That sounds like a good game.
This true freshman, 18-year-old quarterback. I mean, how about two freshman quarterbacks? But this guy, the true freshman, man, now he's been 5-0. He's a perfect match for Cade Bell's system. These intermediate passing game that this guy is so accurate. He puts the ball on time, and I just think the Pitt gets it. He doesn't flap. I mean, it's insane, and I think more or less it's 11.5 point favorite Notre Dame is, and I think a lot of that is the national media, the national narrative on the ACC. Because the ACC, when they cannibalize themselves, it's because they're weak. The SEC cannibalizes themselves. It's a strong conference. It's like, come on, man, seriously. But on paper, to me, I said this, that Notre Dame is one of the 3 best teams in the country. Texas A&M and Ohio State are the other ones. But Pitt's way that they play, reckless on defense, it can bite you, but it can also wreck Notre Dame. And this controlled passing game, because Pitt is somebody, like we were talking about the Steelers earlier, that don't put their foot on the neck or on the gas. They do.
Yes, they do.
Sometimes they do. I've seen many games. I turn up, they're up 35-10. They're up. I mean, and they could just let these dogs play. Their D line and their front 7 is so athletic that it's fun to watch. I'm an offensive guy, and I love watching their defense. But Mason Heichel, the accuracy and the balls that are like 8 to 12 yards, air yards, is unbelievable. It gives these guys good room to catch and run. They got a true freshman running back in Boozy Turner that's really good. Pitt right now, I think, is playing with like 4 or 5 true freshmen. So like they're building. It's going to be sold out.
It is sold out.
Acrisure is going to be sold out. Actually, they're selling standing room only tickets to Pitt students, something like that. It may break the record of like over 70-some thousand people. It's going to be insane. So I look at Pitt as well too. GB, I love that score. I think it's like a 28 or 31 for Pitt, and like I'll say 31-27 Pitt. I do think Notre Dame's going to score. I got too much respect for Notre Dame, but 31-27, and I think it's maybe Notre Dame scores that touchdown, like to make it closer, and then maybe they eke it out. But yeah,
I could see Narduzzi with the psychological message of, because Notre Dame has with Coach Freeman, they now have that standard of being extremely physical, and I could see Narduzzi challenging their physicality. This because Pitt is physical too. Let's not get it twisted. Their defense is very, very physical, and a lot of it is Western Pennsylvania dudes that's out here destroying people like Cruz Brookins and Sean Fitzsimmons and Braylon Lovelace and Cam Lindsey. Like, these dudes out here just killing folk.
Hey, by the way, that Notre Dame coach has also been tied to the Giants too.
Freeman.
And Freeman's a hell of a football coach. Hell of a football coach.
Yeah.
Heck of a recruiter too.
Yes, he is, man.
Absolutely is.
My son could play for him any day. You know what I'm saying? I don't even like Notre Dame. He could play for. Hey, come on.
I think he done got a couple of y'all guys, a couple of y'all retired, Hall of Famers to come there too as well.
Yeah,
their sons. So
yeah, Burris is over there. Elijah Burris is there. Bettis' son is there as well.
There.
Yeah.
So he liked the Steelers. He liked the Steelers somewhat.
Hey, by the way, celebrity guest picker for College Game Day, Aaron Donald. And by the way, Aaron Donald's getting into the Pitt Hall of Fame, and his jersey retired too.
And they retired the jersey.
I want to watch College Game Day for somebody who picks Notre Dame.
It's about to be lit.
Hey, when somebody picks Notre Dame and Aaron Donald just stares him down, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna pick Pitt instead.
Man, he's still in great shape too, man.
Nobody want to mess with that dude. Man.
Go for the home team.
I seen that dude. Hey, I seen that dude pressing $160 dumbbells like it was nothing. He was like sitting there having a conversation. He just, 160, yo. I didn't even know they even made 160-pound dumbbells.
Just an
absolute. Here he is. Most I ever did was 100. This dude is at 160. He repping it like I'm repping 10 pounds. You know what I mean? Like, good Lord.
I still think one of the craziest stats I've ever heard was him. It was like he played 10 years, right? 9 All-Pros.
Yes.
Only missed his rookie year. That's insane. That's insane.
Just an absolute game wrecker, man. I mean, GB. But we had one of our man weekends that we normally do. Go to a Steeler game, cap it off. But we were there on a Saturday, and we went and saw a Pitt game. Now, again, there's some games during the year where you can just walk up to a Pitt game and get tickets, right? And we were able to do that. They were actually playing against North Carolina. We literally sat probably GB? It was like 5 or 6 rows up on the North Carolina bench. Yeah. But Aaron Donald was on that field, and it was like the North Carolina bench got up and watched this guy play. He literally wrecked North Carolina's entire offense.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're able to watch him that close on the field, it was absolutely you're in awe of how good that guy was. Probably could still play at that level too, but he was just so good and so dominant and so quick.
That was the same year too that we went to the Rib Fest Labor Day, and they had played Florida State, and the amount of it was crazy, the amount of NFL players from both teams that were on that field that day, because that was Jameis Winston's Heisman
college start. It was his first college start.
Yep. On that team, right? We had Pitt had Aaron Donald, they had Tyler Boyd. I want to say Jordan Whitehead was on that team. Like it was insane the amount of talent that was on. James Conner was at the time playing defensive end and running back as well. Do you remember that, Dudek? He was playing both. Yeah. It was. That's
what's odd about. I mean, Pitt they may not have like the success of like the Ohio States and the other big schools like that, but man, if you looked, I think they're top 3 or 4, maybe top 5 in the NFL as far as number of Hall of Famers.
Yeah,
they turn out some players, and Aaron Donald is that he's just that next guy. Yeah. And we'll see. Hopefully, hey, maybe Mason will be the next guy, man. But they're fun to watch. Jack, it's the 12 o'clock game, man. It's on ABC, I believe, man. Watch it. Pitt's fun to watch. Hopefully they don't get, they should. It should be a good game regardless. And but they are a fun team to watch. They don't get the recognition because they play in the ACC, and ESPN owns SEC Network, and they want to coddle to those guys. So
I can't argue that. I'm in the SEC now, so I can't say that.
Listen. The SEC and Big Ten to me, they're top heavy. They're top heavy. You don't say that. Northwestern really. For the most part, South Carolina is still good, but they're up until recently Vanderbilt. I mean, there are some teams that are just not good. I mean, it is what it is. It's all good. I mean, listen, the Longs ball is good, man, but
Florida State beat Alabama. I'm just going to keep it at that. Just let that one marinate. I don't know how they did it, but that's what happened.
I don't know how they did it. It's crazy.
No, because you know what? They didn't just beat Alabama.
What Forrest Gump said? Shit happens.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Exactly. You know what? Beyond if Sports Center was do something, you know what? When you run the highlights, just like shit happens.
Shit
happens. Just like when that Pitt team went down and beat that loaded Clemson team with Deshaun Watson and all those boys.
That was dope.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was dope.
Shit
But y'all
happened.
also sent the dogs after him. Y'all had the dogs on him early. So
Listen,
yeah.
this Pitt team is the exact same way, man. I'm telling you, they're legit. So
Matt
me-
Canada's one and only
Who?
masterpiece of it. I said Matt Canada's one and only masterpiece of an offensive strategy against
Only.
the against the
I think
Clemson
my
Tide.
headphones
Only.
just went out. I think my headphones broke. Lord have mercy.
Only.
He killed them that day, bro.
Do you
He run them
remember?
jet
Hey,
sweeps and everything. Oh man, he was killing them that day. Clemson
hey,
didn't know what hit them.
before we left, do you remember that game that year too when Pitt played Syracuse? It was 76-61 in football.
Yeah, man. Yes,
Oh, man.
yes, bro.
76 points.
reminds me of the LSU Texas A&M game where they went to like 7 overtimes.
7 OTs. Yeah.
Oh man.
Hey Jack, here's the thing though. This game went into 0 overtimes. That was the regular score. I mean, it was insane. Like it was the most boring like game. You thought you were watching like some flag football in the backyard or something. Like there was just no defense. Oh man, but listen, hey, I appreciate both you guys jumping on. Meech, it's been a long time since the Minnesota game. Jack, it was a pleasure meeting you, man. Meech, before we get out of here, man, tell them where they can find you. Tell us about Steel Talk Podcast, bro.
All right, Steel Talk, man. I started it 6 months ago, following after my dog right there, Big Jack. You know, he's been in the game for a little minute. We like talking ball, so we jump on there, a little crossover. We got the Steel Jumping. That's our crossover show with me and him, man. But you can follow me everywhere at Steel Talk 6 on every social media platform. I get active on Twitter. I'm with all the smoke. Man, I had them guys, them Charger fans. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. It sucks that the offense let me down. But, man, they should have had me as a mascot out there. I swear. Our homeboy Slim don't even want to talk to me right now. And he won the game. I get active, man. I get active. But, yeah, I just love football, and I love Steelers, man. So I come from that fan perspective. Sit there and watch. He came over here. He got his dub. I'm going to invite you back over so I can get my dub back. You know, we can go blow for blow, man. We in this thing, man. But Big Jack, go ahead and tell him, man.
Jack, where can I find you, man?
First thing I want to say is I appreciate you having me on, fellas. It was an honor, pleasure. Hope we can do it again. But you can find me you can see it below at Jump, the letter N with Jack on all platforms. I think the only one that is different is Twitter, but I'm changing that today so I can make sure everything's the same. I haven't posted in a while, can't even lie, because I've been coaching. I coached high school football, but now that
there you go,
Eau Claire.
Yeah, Eau Claire. Shout out to Eau Claire High School.
Shout out to Eau Claire, man. They did their thing this year.
Hey, Jack, are you head coach or coordinator? Or
I'm a linebackers coach right now.
Coach. Okay.
So shout out to Eau Claire. Shout out to Coach Simons, the head coach, head dog in charge. But you can find me at Jumping In with Jack. We're gonna we back to posting, baby. We back to getting to it. We're on all social medias. Come find us. And again, come chill with your boy. Come argue. Come have a good conversation with us. We love football. Go Bengals.
I got a PSA announcement. I need all Steeler Nation to come to Cincinnati. We got a jungle over there that we need to put up some modern apartments, some retail shops. Just take over that whole thing. Just come with me. Everything's on me, man. They don't need that over there.
We're gonna put a Permani Brothers out there with some Turner's tea.
Permani's, peace, love, little donuts.
Shout out to them.
Nobody gonna say
Icy Light bullshit chili over there, man. That's just as bad as that. That's just as bad as Icy Light, man. Skyline chili and Icy Light's in the same category.
You didn't put the cheese on it. That's what it was. You had to put the cheese on it.
You don't put cheese on shit. You don't put cheese on shit. It's still shit.
You gotta put the cheese on it. You gotta sprinkle it over top.
Cheese on shit is still shit. Like you don't try to melt. Let me melt some cheese on this shit here. I'm gonna feed it to you. Hell no, man. No, that's not how we do things.
Listen.
Pittsburgh
fans like to piss on your foot and call it and say it's raining. But listen, listen.
All right, hold on. Where's that mute button?
Didn't you say you know how to shut his camera off?
But no. Hey,
that's good, man.
Bengal Nation,
all good, man.
We love.
Listen. It was a long time coming. We were on with Minnesota. Meech, listen, we got to get you on. I'm glad, Jack. I'm glad he extended the invitation to you. You guys have an open invitation at any time. But before we get out, GB, let's talk about you, man. Where can people find you and your new YouTube channel, brother?
Absolutely, new YouTube channel at your _boy _GB, aka GB, the uppity Yinzer. See, we don't do that Skyline chili. We do over the top smoked chili. See what I'm saying? See, that's the whole
Real
different,
spiffy around here.
ball game. Whole
Yeah.
different ball game. You know, we don't do IC light over here. We do like 4 points. Okay, Cinderlands, brew gentlemen. We don't do that stuff. You know what I
Yes.
mean? So yeah, but you can find me GB the Uppity Enzer on all the socials, man. Come on, have some fun with me. I will absolutely. Roasting is my love language, so come on and get some.
Absolutely, man. As you know, follow the Bird Cave on all the follow the Bird Cave on all the Twitters, man. And follow, like and subscribe to this YouTube channel, man. Share it. Become a this man cave community, man. Definitely subscribe to the Steel Talk, man. All what these guys do this, and they got a great show as well. It's the great when you have a fan perspective that's real. And it's a perspective that's not trying out there to try to be clickbait and all this stuff. It's just their real honest opinions. These guys are the same as well as, that's what we do here in the Bird Cave. It's what my man JJ Kitchen does with talking college football with JJ Kitchen. We're growing a community here of just some anti-ESPN type people. We're not here to do clickbaits. We're just here to talk some good ball. Like GB said, we're here to banter back and forth with each other, but it's always all in good fun. And I appreciate Jack and Meech for stopping by. Their invitation is here anytime they want, even in the off season. Maybe we'll have to come back on and we'll have to talk about the game. We'll have to see how we put this together on Monday. Maybe we'll have you guys on for like 20 minutes or so on our Monday just to review that. Win or lose, you know what I mean? Jack, you can come on, talk your shit if they win.
What you talking about, sir?
But I will mute you. But
win or win.
Come on, we ain't worried about that. We ain't worried about that.
Yeah,
we ain't worried about that.
I think the next time though, I'm gonna go sit in front of my Christmas tree. My Steeler, is that a Steeler Christmas tree too? I like that.
Yeah. My wife put up Christmas stuff right after Halloween, the very next day, man. The whole outside decorated, the inside.
That's me. Hey, that's Sunday morning for me, bro. Before that. Yeah.
Man.
Hey, Mitch, you gonna show them the other ornament that's on there?
Why you gonna do me like that?
What you got? An Icky shuffle?
What you got? Now you have to show it.
Yeah. Where is it?
Go ahead and show it. Yeah, go ahead and show it,
man.
Let's get him in trouble with Steeler Nation real quick. Just real
I
fast.
thought I saw some orange back there.
It ain't orange.
Okay. Little context here. I do have a 10-year-old. All right, he plays football, and this was his little gift to me. Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh.
Patrick Mahomes fan.
Oh.
Isaiah Likely. Meets love the kids. Yeah. Thank you. Shout out to Pat Mahomes, boy.
You know what though? It's for the kids.
It's for the kids. Meets love the kids, man. Meets love the kids.
Yeah, it's for the kids.
But he know what time it is. I talk junk to him every time. It's football season. When he hears that football morning, Sunday morning, I come through there. It's football season.
Look at JJ right off the top, right off of his podcast there with the man. Glad you could join us at the tail end. What up, JJ?
What's going on?
Hey, man. So listen, there's a lot of good stuff here, man. Like I said, we'll talk next week, and then we'll go from there. Like I said, I'll let you know. I'll hit you guys up on the messages as far as when to come on Monday for a little bit, and talk, and then obviously we can talk throughout the season. Jack, we will be on your side if we were to beat you there, and then we'll become Bengals fans at least 2 more times this year when they play the Ravens. So
appreciate that, fellas.
All right, guys, we appreciate you guys, and see everybody on the next one. Take care.
Peace. Stay up. Stay blessed, y'all.
Stay blessed.